Ahead and ask for approval of the agenda this morning.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for today.
I'll second that. Any discussion today?
Nope.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ask for approval of the minutes from January 30th, or December 30th, 2019, January 2nd, 2020, and January 3rd, 2020.
I will make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approval for claims for payment dated 1/8 of 2020.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve this week's claims for payment.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Secondary roads reports and utility permits.
No permits, but I got a report for a bridge that was hit. The estimate was $99,000. So I've been in contact with the insurance company for the individual that was driving.
Okay.
So he is not sure yet how it's all going to play out, but we're at a start.
So that's to repair. It's like not like it has to be replaced then, or?
Correct, but I mean, how could you justify them doing more than paying for what it would cost to fix too?
Yeah, true.
And from what I read, the insurance companies and everything, you know, will work together, and if they need to subrogate, it'll be done, but the bridge will be repaired and brought back to full functioning status, correct?
I assume so, yes.
Donna?
Is that the bridge on X?
Yes.
Yes. Julie?
So, the guy with the tractor pulling two, empty wagons and a pickup. So, has our esteemed county attorney decided whether or not there's any violation of law, such as
Okay.
perhaps
Yeah.
reckless driving?
They filed something. That's
Will he?
A violation has been filed. I'm not sure what the violation was,
I
but
think it was it failure to maintain control?
I'm-
think, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. The filings don't come across my desk, but as I asked you yesterday, you know, a failure to maintain control is a pretty minor thing, and so I asked that, you know, I want to allow JD and Sheriff McDaniel to do their job, but I also want them to know that if they need to consult with the DO, like Commercial Vehicle Enforcement or somebody else, to make sure that the vehicles that were being utilized, you know, in a commercial means will be cited and investigated for what it is as well.
So how long would this investigation take, and is our county, can we say, you know what, you don't get to do that, you don't get to hook up, you know, pickup under the back of two wagons being pulled by a tractor? Is there any way you can prevent this kind of thing by actually, you know, saying, no, that's against the law, and apparently see how it goes, so, no, we're not doing it anymore. And did those wagons, are they licensed or registered or pay any special fee to run in this county?
As far as I know, the county doesn't have a delegated authority to determine the vehicles that can be used in certain areas. The DOT at the state level has that authority.
As far as you know, but have
Correct.
that
As
been investigated
I'm not-
thoroughly?
I'm guessing that Sheriff McDaniel and Chief Deputy Holmes and County Attorney Meyer are working on that, because I agree with you, Julie, that this is a big deal, and operating equipment outside of the realm of safety is a big
Yes.
concern.
But the sheriff and JD have they enforce the law.
Correct.
And our county attorney is the person who's supposed to see a violation of law and determine whether or not that is. So let's hope that it gets resolved and the county chooses to do something to be proactive,
I
so
agree.
to speak.
Yep.
I believe it's
Taylor?
just like, you know, the motor vehicle enforcement cannot pull you over they can't write you a ticket for speeding. They could pull them over and then have a sheriff come. I think it'd be the same. The sheriff could pull them over, but they could not do anything other than call motor vehicle to come out.
Right. Nick, go ahead.
The experience I've had with the DOT is they claim it's county jurisdiction. Therefore, like on my road, I've talked to the DOT several times and they don't want anything to do with it. They didn't want anything to do with the manure hose because it's a county issue. And that's why I think we need to step up our policies on what they should be able to do.
Yeah. And I know when we've had embargoes, Nick, Taylor and Dave and I have all requested that commercial vehicle enforcement step up their presence, even if it's for 3-4 days, getting them away from their day-to-day operations at the scales and stuff. You know how, I mean, there's a routine, and so the actual road commercial vehicle enforcement officers are hard to wrangle, you know, very many of them. But I agree with you, Nick. I mean,
And I think I talked to Taylor about this before. On my road, there's the bridge south of me, and then the two updated bridges on Highway D20 there. A weight limit signs. What did you guys ever decide on that? Do they need to be posted in an event like this to help with litigation in case a bridge does fall through?
Taylor?
Yeah, we post the bridges that would have a weight limit.
Okay, because I do know the new bridges on my road don't have any posting.
Well, yeah.
No weight limit.
You're talking about on the gravel road then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need one on that. It's fairly new, you're saying?
Yeah. It's a new one.
Can you just double check those, Taylor, and,
Yeah.
and
I'm just
verify?
saying that if we had a couple loaded manure tanks
Oh,
taken on
yeah.
the bridge, would it help with litigation on the?
Right, it's like forewarning.
Yes.
Right. No, I agree. Donna?
Are these honey wagons licensed?
No.
Why?
Because-
I mean, livestock trailers
Right.
are licensed. Any trailer is licensed.
Taylor, do you want to go through the definition of animal husbandry?
No, because I don't think that is one either.
Right,
If
there's
it's
a-
It's
self-propelled,
not
it is.
self-propelled.
Right,
And, you know, and you see those too.
yeah.
I mean, the state is the one that determines what's to be licensed and what's not.
Yes, correct. I believe it's not, but
I've heard,
I've never
I've
been
heard
told one way or the
arguments
other for sure.
both ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
that's just my opinion.
If
you
they're
know.
not, I think they should be,
Yeah,
myself,
I'm
personally.
not a lawyer reading the Iowa code either,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even the Summit feed trucks that are self-propelled are not required to have a license plate underneath the animal husbandry law. A general manure tank does not have a license on it.
Right.
I would,
Ladies?
does that
They need
mean
to,
then
but-
then that livestock trailers don't need to be licensed?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
yeah, I'm not
I
going to
believe
answer
they're
those
supposed
questions.
to be.
I mean,
Camping trailers are,
Right.
the trailer we go to the dump with is.
yeah.
Yes,
not-
again, that's the
Yeah.
state determines what's to be licensed and what's not. And there are some things we just can't make our own rules on. We
So-
can't supersede theirs, but I fully agree. And I'm willing to talk to my legislators about it, and I think everybody needs to, because those are some of the bigger things that are making most damage on our roads.
I mean, we're talking $100,000 damage to one bridge.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, in theory, since nobody seems to know or make up our mind, I could file a lawsuit on behalf of a taxpayer because I've been affected. And so that would test and put this out there.
Absolutely.
Somebody would actually have to step up,
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
Yep,
Either here or there.
yep.
Yeah, and you guys would have to determine if a suit were against the county.
Correct.
You would be forced to determine whether or not you need to license
Absolutely.
those. And so why would nothing be done until that? Why do I have to go out and do that? You talk about being proactive, here's a place to do it. Thank you, I'm done.
Okay.
Speaking of state legislators, Mr. Dave Dio came and visited with me yesterday. So I gave him a presentation about, you know, funding problems, what I think the root causes are, and what we can do to fix it. So he was pretty receptive, so I was pretty happy that he made the move to actually come and visit with me.
Good,
Yep.
good.
Okay, the next item we have is the IRVM RFP 2020 application for herbicide, or application of herbicide And so the two items that I talked to Taylor about switching, he'd had this prepared ahead of time, was switching the date in item 7 to Wednesday, January 22nd at 11 a.m. And in item 8, switching the date from Wednesday, January 15th to February 12th at 9 a.m.
What time did you say on the January 2nd?
22nd at 11 a.m.
22nd, okay.
And you said what, February?
12th, 9 a.m.
Yeah. Time stayed the same, date stayed.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Talk about it any?
Sure, go
Yeah,
ahead, Taylor.
please.
Okay, so with the changes in IRBM, we weren't quite sure what to do about staffing yet, so, we kind of decided as a group, let's try this, putting it out there, maybe we can get a good enough deal that people can do it for us. So, this is us opening up to the public, private contractors to try to see what they can do. If we don't like the prices, we don't have to do it at all. So essentially I gave them 3 different options for the herbicide. For everything, the county will be purchasing the herbicide. This will just be paying somebody to apply it. Option number 1, which is what we did last year, is to spot spray all 16 townships. Option 2 was to blanket spray half the county and spot spray the other half. And then the third option was them to blanket spray half, and the other half we would have Luke do through the IRBM. So the unit price is on how much they would apply per mile. They would just charge us per mile. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff listed is just kind of letting them know how to propose it to us.
Okay. Thank you, Taylor. Yes, Donna.
Do we have any idea what this might possibly cost?
No,
No.
that's why we're kind of putting it out there right now. We want to compare whether it'd be cheaper to hire somebody to do the spraying for us, or, like Taylor said,
I've
have
seen-
his employees, or
I've seen
maybe
other
possibly have to
counties'
hire
prices.
another part-time person, whatever. That's what we're trying to do, is kind of determine what the cost is going to be both ways.
If you're paying these people anyway, but then you're gonna pay an outside vendor.
Well, but you're taking them off of a job that they're normally going to do, because this point in time, we're down one full-time employee, and
I am not concerned
And-
about keeping Luke busy either way.
right. So whether you'd have to pull somebody else off of another crew to fill that second spot to get it done. So it's kind of the price checking.
What about hiring seasonals then?
Hasn't been decided yet. We're
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
wait and see this first.
Yep.
Okay, Julie?
So if you contract this out, who would be responsible if there were damage to a crop or something like that? Who is?
The contractor.
The contractor. So you've passed on responsibility now over a program which was previously micromanaged. Now you're just gonna hand it off to someone. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I don't know, do we just need to approve the RFP for you to send
If you guys find
out?
it acceptable, then I can just send it out.
Okay.
If you guys didn't see anything wrong other than changing those dates, then
Okay.
I'm fine with sending it out there.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the RFP with the stated changes in order to have Taylor submit that for proposals.
I'll second that. Any discussion, Renee? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Taylor, on to you. Secondary Roads 2020 Early Retirement Incentive Package.
So we've been talking about this for a while because we have a large group of employees that all turn 65 about the same time. And there's 4 or 5 that it all be during the winter. And as you know, us replacing somebody in the winter is not good. We're doing it right now. It's not fun being down one guy. I do not want to be down multiple people in the middle of the winter. So I talked with our human resources attorneys that we deal with, and they kind of came up with this because they've done this kind of thing before. So essentially what it does is it allows them to stay on our insurance. They keep paying the premium they are. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They just stay on our insurance for a little bit. It's not forever or anything. It's just that they can only retire between May and August, because obviously I
Right.
want to get somebody new in and get them comfortable with the machine before winter comes.
Okay.
Yep.
I think it's a
We're
good,
accepting up to 3 I put in there.
Okay.
I would only allow 3.
okay. All right. I will make a motion to approve the voluntary early retirement incentive as proposed by the county engineer.
I'll second that. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next I have is Auditor Laura's monthly report.
I will make a motion to approve the county auditor's report for the month of December.
I'll second that. Any comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next we have public comments. Anybody wish to make a public comment? Julie?
Okay, I have to, if I decide to sell a vehicle that I own that is worth $5,000, if I choose to sell it to someone $500, I will do so. And if the transfer of title is not done here, then there will be lawsuit. And number 2, so,
I don't understand, I'm
do
sorry.
you- well, because of the thing, you're gonna demand a bill of sale, and perhaps you don't believe that that's what the sell price was. And if you can you make everyone a suspect.
I'm not making everybody
Are-
a suspect.
But what will you do if someone takes a bill of sale up there and you don't believe that that is a true statement?
If it's a bill of sale, and
And why should I have to prove to you and have 2 people sign it? That being said, it's just like, people don't want pushback, don't want you in their business. Now, the other thing is, our armed guard at the door. How much do we pay per year for that in case of something happening and a citizen is injured in some way? By that guard or whatever, some strange thing should happen and they get their head busted open by the guard. Who is responsible financially in a lawsuit there?
Okay.
Is that again responsibility, you know, giving up your responsibility to a contractor, and good luck with that. And why do we have to pay $70,000 a year to have someone sit out there with a gun and open the door for people? We have needs in this school district that are not funded, that there's not proper funding yet. Yet people in the county think it's okay to have an arms guard at the door. You know, it's just, let's be proactive with our children and people that live here with healthcare, mental health care, food, kids that need after-school care. I think we have other needs in this county, far greater. Thank you.
Okay. Any other public comment? Yes, Pauline?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of stunned when I came through the door and there was someone sitting there. I haven't been to a few meetings, so who suggested that and who suggested the salary and when was that all passed and how?
Sure.
How did
So the details about courthouse security were suggested by District Court Judge John Haney. And so they made the suggestions to the Courthouse Security Committee, and those were implemented by the county department heads and the county sheriff.
So that was just a suggestion.
Yes.
So, who made, so then you guys decided that, okay, it's a suggestion, so
Yep.
we're going to do it. But I mean, I was on a dead run and he just let me whiz right on through. So what's he doing just sitting there then?
The strategies and tactics of courthouse security are a secure item. So to discuss the tactics and strategies of our courthouse security isn't prudent to the public. So the fact that all of our department heads came together, they believed that this was a good thing to protect their staff, to protect the public. We believed it was in the best interest of the public and our staff here, and that's why we went with it.
But you
Okay.
never, in a
Okay,
meeting
but
with a
look.
reporter.
Look, I carry a big
I understand. I'm
purse.
not here to debate that. Judge John Haney's available for all your questions and comments. Sheriff McDaniel would be more than happy to answer the security questions, but
Could have had anything in that purse. And he just
I understand
let me
that,
go
Pauline.
through.
I understand that, Pauline.
They'll get a thing.
So how much so I understood you're paying him $70,000?
I'm not sure what the
I don't
contract
know.
is. The sheriff does his own budget. He is in charge of the courthouse security and the contracting.
I'll take that job for $70,000.
Well, if you can qualify and you'd like to, bid that, I encourage you to, Pauline.
I'll even take it for less. I can pat down people.
Okay. So, anything else? Yes, Julie.
So, if it comes up, so you guys chose not to discuss it here in a meeting where there was, media or anything. And you don't know how much it costs because it comes out of the sheriff's budget, which when he has leftover money, it goes into the general fund, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay then, I think these kinds of decisions need to be done in a regular meeting where people have more access and media is available to print these numbers. So don't put this stuff off onto the sheriff when you have
Okay.
the ultimate responsibility for that.
Julie,
So-
this
or
this
letting
line
the
item.
responsibility
Okay, excuse
for
me.
stuff.
Excuse
Take
Julie, excuse me.
responsibility.
Or hidden in a hidden agenda, sorta.
Pauline, that's ridiculous, okay?
That was kind of a hidden agenda.
It was
the
in
way
our
sounded.
budget.
Meeting held on November 27th that was published in the newspapers,
And
and
it
it was
should-
very well discussed.
And it was before the regular meeting when it could easily have been,
It was in the budget hearing. It was a budget line item that
Was
the
it in a meeting, a regular meeting?
Yes.
Then why doesn't anyone
Like
know how
this?
much it costs? But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Other business, Renee?
Nope.
Okay,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
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 Drainage, 5 more minutes.